Hello! So this is the speech that I gave at my Rotary Club a few weeks ago. It's a little bit long, but I hope that you enjoy it. Hallo, ich heiße Nicole und ich bin 15 Jahre alt. Im nächsten Jahr werde ich eine Austauschschülerin in Österreich sein. So for those of you who don't speak any German, that was my way of introducing myself in what will soon become my primary language. Hello. My name is Nicole. I am 15 years old, and next year I will be an exchange student in Austria with the Youth Exchange Program. I chose Austria because I am fascinated by culture in general, and I thought that Austria would be an amazing opportunity to live in a country that not only has its own thriving culture, but it is bordered by 8 other countries. Although German may seem a bit daunting to learn, I love language, and after taking 9 years of French, I'm so excited to be able to learn something that is so far from anything that I have ever known. I'm thrilled and delighted to be in this room, sharing a little piece of my life with all of you. As I look around the room and feel the energy in here, I'm eager and enthusiastic to begin what I know will be a very long and incredible journey with Rotary. The passion exhibited by every single member of this club inspires me, and I'm so grateful to be working alongside of all of you towards Rotary's goals. As you will all be playing such a wonderful role in my exchange year, I'm looking forward to this opportunity for you to get to know me a little bit better. I come from a family of 4. I live with my mom and dad, as well as my sister who is 17 years old. My sister and I were both born in Vernon, where I lived for the first 3 years of my life before moving to the beautiful city of Edmonton. Growing up in Edmonton was amazing, but eventually the snow got the best of us, and after 7 years, we retreated back to the sunny Okanagan. I absolutely love living in Kelowna, and I know that I will be a proud representative when I say Ich komme aus Kelowna, or I come from Kelowna. One of the amazing benefits of moving to Kelowna was that I have a fairly large extended family living here. I have plenty of cousins, aunts, and uncles scattered all throughout BC, with the majority of us living in Kelowna. I have been incredibly appreciative to spend these last few years in Kelowna living around family. Aside from spending time with my wonderful family, a lot of my time is spent at school. I'm a grade 11 student at Kelowna Secondary School, and I absolutely love it. Through KSS, I feel like I have really found who I am. The wonderful thing about KSS is that students have the ability to discover new areas of the world that they may never have even heard of before. I myself have truly taken advantage of this. I have a fairly heavy academic load, keeping my focus on English and the humanities. One of my biggest passions is writing. Through the written word, the limits are endless. Not only can I express myself, but I can communicate in a meaningful and effective way. Another way that I have found to express myself and communicate is through theater. I am part of the KSS Night Owl Theater Department, which is a class that rehearses 3 times a week after school to put on 2 big shows per year. We are currently working on Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, which will open in April. Theater has allowed me to gain confidence and creativity in an accepting environment. Another art that I am pursuing is music. I've been playing the French horn for 4.5 years, starting when I was in grade 7. I now play with my school's senior concert band, the KSS Night Owl Orchestra, and, for my first year, I also play with the Youth Symphony of the Okanagan. Music isn't something that I would seriously consider as a career, but there's almost nothing that I find quite as peaceful as playing in an orchestra. One of the main reasons that I am so excited to be involved with Rotary is that I myself am very passionate about volunteerism and global citizenship. A huge part of my decision to do this exchange was deeply rooted in my belief that we are all part of a global community. I try to live my life every day in a way that will improve my life and the lives of my neighbors across the world. The main way that I do this is through my involvement with the organization Free the Children. I first became involved with Free the Children when I was 12 years old, and I heard the story of Iqbal Masih, a 12-year-old boy killed for escaping his life of bonded slavery, and then speaking out against slavery in the carpet industry. I was 12 years old and absolutely torn. I knew this was wrong. I knew I had to do something. But I also knew that I was young, and I thought that I had no power in the world. That is when I heard of another incredible 12-year-old boy. 12-year-old Craig Kielberger heard of Iqbal's story and started the organization Free the Children, off of the belief that age should play no factor in one's ability to change the world. In fact, he started a worldwide organization that plays off the idea that young people almost have more world-changing potential. Since joining my middle school's Free the Children Club in grade 8, I have never looked back. My interest has grown and developed into a deep and powerful passion to change the world for the better. I've been involved with several different charity and volunteering groups, and I am currently the vice president of the KSS Me Too Club. Our club fundraises for several different local and global initiatives, with the majority of our funds raised going towards building a school in Ecuador. After being heavily involved with Free the Children for 3 years, I knew that sending money overseas would never be enough for me. This past summer, I embarked on the most remarkable experience of my life, as I went on a 3-week volunteer trip in the rural Chimborazo province of Ecuador. I traveled with a group of passionate youth from around the country, none of whom I had met before the trip. During those 3 weeks, we had the opportunity to work on several different Free the Children projects. First, we worked on digging trenches for a clean water project. This project will bring water into the schools and provide the water needed for the irrigation of the school garden. This garden teaches students proper irrigation practices so that they can have effective sources of income in their farming community while providing food for the school lunch program. We also had the opportunity to work in another community, building a schoolroom, which I am absolutely thrilled to say is now finished. Finding words to describe my experiences in Ecuador seems an impossible task. I met people who lived in extreme poverty, but still had so much in their sense of family and community. The most incredible part of my trip was working in what is called a Manga. A Manga is when the entire community comes together to support a communal goal, whether it be building a school, digging a trench, or fixing somebody's leaking roof. The entire community comes together to support one another, through their belief that what is good for the one is good for the community. They all take shifts working on projects, putting aside their own responsibilities to work on projects that they may not even feel the direct benefit of. However, they show up ready to work with kind smiles and gentle hearts. I worked alongside women who must have been in their 60s, carrying gravel at a school building site, smiling the entire time. I worked alongside one woman who was out digging me in the trenches by quite a bit. She was able to unearth dirt twice as fast as me, if not faster, without need of a break. When she finally stood up to catch her breath, I looked up to see that she was doing all of this hard work with a baby tied in the shawl on her back. Never has a wordless encounter left me so motivated and inspired. This woman was not going to be attending the school that the water would be going to, but she worked tirelessly, without complaint, because she knew that it would benefit her community. Coming from a society where people will use any excuse to stay consumed in their own personal priorities, this gave me the change in perspective that I needed. Everywhere I went, I felt so welcome and supported. In a lot of ways, Rotary reminds me of working in the Manga. Being here in a room with people who have put the good of their global community above their own needs gives me hope that the Manga can live on past Ecuador. When I came home from Ecuador, I noticed something was lacking in my life. I had grown so much over those 3 short weeks that I knew there was something more to life than just the life that I was living in the little bubble I had created for myself. There is so much more to learn and experience than what I can find in my own community. Experiencing culture is the only way to truly understand the world. Each culture has something unique to offer. I strongly believe that if people took the time to listen to each other, to learn and to appreciate, we would all be able to accomplish so much more. On my exchange, I hope to soak in every bit of culture I can, letting it shape my worldviews into more holistic and inspired philosophies. I want to thank every single person in this room for your continued support and motivation. This exchange has been a dream of mine for years, and it still seems surreal that in mere months I will be living it. So thank you guys so much. I just want to take this opportunity to thank every single person who is watching this video, every single person who has inspired me to go on this exchange, who's motivated me, who has put up with my constant rambling about it, every exchange student who's been giving me advice, who's been helping me with German. Just thank you to everybody. This exchange means so much to me, and I really appreciate all of you guys' continued support. So thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed this video. I will probably be putting up more. And also, side note, I know that I said in there a couple of times that I'm 15. I'm actually 16 now. My birthday was on Saturday, so that's actually not right, but I didn't know how to say 16 in German. So yeah, I will see you guys soon. Thank you.